Supply drops were added into Black Ops 4 earlier this week with the 1.13 update in the form of reserve crates and reserve cases, and admittedly I was actually excited to hear that supply drops were going to be bringing some more valuable content to the black market. But after experiencing this new supply drop system firsthand, I can say with confidence this is one of the worst, if not the single worst, supply drop system that we've ever had in Call of Duty. What's up guys, Immortal here, welcome back to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Today we're jumping back into the world of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 to take a look at the new reserve crates and the massive flaws in this supply drop system. Just to preface this video, it might end up being kind of ranty because mainly as a player and as an avid fan of Call of Duty, this latest black market update feels like a massive middle finger and a slap in the face. This game, for everyone who has bought it, costs at least $60. If you're like me, you were excited for another Treyarch title and another Black Ops series installment, so you purchased the even more extravagant editions, ranging upwards of $100. That of course gives you access to the Black Ops Pass, which features a ton of really cool bonuses, right? No, not really. All it has is some maps that ruin your matchmaking, some blackout characters, and a few zombie things. But in all reality, if I didn't make videos and play this game every day, and if I was not a die-hard Call of Duty fan, I would not buy the pass because when it comes down to it, there really is no real benefit to it this year. Anyways, I digress. The black market, that's what we're here for. Also, that's what some people were here for, then they saw it and they ran really far away from it. But like I said, I was actually excited about supply drops because I thought they were really going to create a positive impact in the black market, which I've said countless times so far this year is a major disappointment. But to my surprise, well, actually it's not that surprising, the supply drops or reserve crates are just as much of a disappointment as the original black market has been so far. There are two different versions of supply drops right now. The reserve cases, which give you one item out of Blackjack's reserves, and those can be earned naturally through playing multiplayer or blackouts. And then you've got the reserve crates, which are essentially the same old supply drops we've seen in years past, which cost 200 COD points, aka $2, and they give you 3 items from Blackjack's reserves. Now keep in mind, this reserve pool is getting bigger and bigger every single operation because all the items from the last operations reserve pool end up getting transferred over to the new operations reserve pool. Part of that I agree with. It means you can unlock the more high value content at any given time rather than specifically within a time gated event, but at the same time, this crossover between reserve pools makes the odds completely terrible. In the supply drop opening that I did yesterday on the channel, which I am now heavily regretting due to how much money I wasted, I think at one point I got like 9 duplicates in a row, and that's just what I happened to see in the moment. It's very possible that I ended up getting even more duplicates than that in a row. And on top of that, that supply drop opening video that I posted is 14 minutes long. I opened supply drops for 14 minutes straight, 65 drops in total, and I'd say quite honestly, 80 to 90% of those drops were duplicates. That's ridiculous. We paid $60 for this base game, $50 for a season pass if you're like me, and yet we still cannot get a supply drop system that actually feels rewarding and it's not a big waste of time. Plus, in the past, you could actually get something decent because of duplicates. You could earn bonus crypto keys and end up opening up more crates. In this game, sure, you get your reroll item after you earn 3 duplicates, but that doesn't mean you're gonna get anything good out of that reroll. In all honesty, you could end up getting 3 legendary items that are all duplicates and reroll back to some stupid sticker or tag or gesture or whatever else. Like that just shouldn't be a thing. I shouldn't be able to get a legendary and then reroll back to some stupid uncommon item. Continuing off on the deep end because this crap doesn't really stop anytime soon, you can get 3 duplicates in 1 reserve crate, so technically you can end up spending 200 COD points or $2 and only get 1 new item of varying rarity if you end up getting 3 dupes in 1 drop, which yesterday in that supply drop opening happened multiple times to me. Activision, Treyarch, whoever made this decision, if we can't get a no duplicate system flat out, at least offer some sort of duplicate protection in any given drop to ensure the content is at least a little bit worthwhile. Like, I could honestly go on about duplicates for much longer, but for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna cut it off there, because really there's a whole lot of other stuff we can talk about when it comes to this new system. For instance, the reserve cases, which like I mentioned, you earn by playing multiplayer or blackouts. These are essentially the exact same thing as reserves from the previous seasons, but the earn rate of them is atrocious, and once again, they aren't dupe protected. I spent upwards of 75 to 90 minutes playing last night, recording the wall hack and switchblade video that went up earlier today, and I didn't even get a single case that entire time. 90 minutes, and I got nothing to show for it. I believe Reserves last season required about 55 minutes of in-game playtime to rank up one tier and thus earn one reserve. I've seen people tweeting out that in 2+ hours of playing, they're unlocking one case. How is that acceptable? Casual players, the majority of the player base left in Call of Duty, is never going to see the majority of the reserve content with that system and with that earn rate. Some players can only play for a few hours every week depending on their schedule, and if it takes a few hours just to get one case, those players are going to maybe get a handful of items during this new operation, and that's not including the likely probability of getting multiple duplicates. With all of this lackluster content and the dupe rate in cases too, if it's anything like it is in reserve crates, you could essentially end up getting 3 dupes in a row, potentially costing you 6 hours of playtime at this current earn rate, and you could only be rewarded with 1 new item out of all of that. That is unbelievably scummy in my opinion. I get that Activision needs to meet a sales quota, I get that it's a business, but this new supply drop system is literally a massive middle finger to the entire community. You guys probably saw me spend upwards of $100 on supply drops yesterday, and trust me, I sincerely hope that whoever watches that video sees the mistake that I made and doesn't end up doing the same thing. Unless you're some Nigerian prince with money to blow, don't buy supply drops, don't support this system. It absolutely needs to change. The odds are unbelievably bad, the duplicate rate is beyond atrocious, and the general earn rate for cases is so anti-consumer, it really just blows my mind. They put all of this cool content like mastercrafts and blackout characters and signature weapons behind supply drops and reserves, but then they flood the content stream with war paints and stickers and gestures. Don't get me wrong, I have no problem unlocking the stickers and tags and things like that if I knew I'd also be guaranteed to unlock some cool weapons over time. But no, instead, I get the same sticker 5 times over again. Oh, and camos, that's cool too. Gotta mention the camos because yesterday you guys saw it in that video. I unlocked the same street race camo, I'd say probably 15 times. Why is it that we have to unlock the same camo on 20 different guns? Give me the camo once and have it available universally. A legendary camo is not legendary if you unlock it every other drop for another weapon. That to me is just flat out trash. Like, no one is asking for individual weapon camo unlocks. It really just feels like this entire content stream is just flooded with filler items to make it seem like there's a lot more stuff to offer, but in reality it's just duplicates of the same feat stickers and war paints that you end up opening up instead of anything valuable the vast majority of the time. You know, if you're gonna have all of this crappy content in there, all this filler stuff, at least make it so that the real cool content, the mastercrafts and the cool camos that aren't available for every single gun and the signature weapons, make it available so that you can earn those through bribes or through completing certain challenges. Don't make it all locked behind RNG if that RNG is going to be absurdly bad. This current supply drop system offers zero benefit to all players, hardcore, casual, it doesn't matter. Literally everybody is drawing the same short straw. I sincerely hope that Treyarch or Activision or whoever makes these calls ends up turning the system around very, very quickly. Supply drops in the past, yeah, they were controversial, they brought a lot of heat to the Call of Duty community. Here in Black Ops 4 though, supply drops aren't even controversial, they're just flat out bad, and they add even more disappointment into an already very lackluster content system. The rest of the 1.13 update that went live alongside this, I actually like a lot. The update changed a lot with the core gameplay, and I think that overall it was pretty productive, but the black market side of things could not be more different. This was a massive step backwards. No, not even a step backwards. This was like a whole pole vault backwards. I apologize for the ranting, but as a fan of this franchise and of this series, additions like this irritate me so much. Like, I'm a pretty straightforward person. I really don't try to push a whole lot of negative thoughts or feelings here on the channel because really that's not what I'm about, but this system has got to change. With that said, that effectively wraps things up for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you agree, if you disagree, if you kind of agree, let me know down in the comments your thoughts on this whole supply drop system, reserve crates, reserve cases. There's a lot to dive into with this. Obviously, this video is kind of lengthy. There's a lot to go on about this system. It's got a lot of issues, it's got a lot of flaws, but I feel like if the right steps are taken, if the right plan of action is put into place, it could be turned around and it could actually be a decent system. If we had the ability to open drops without getting duplicates, if we had a certain amount of dupe protection, even that'd be a little bit better. If we had bribes to earn the high value content, I'd love that. I want something to grind out that's not just stupid RNG from a case every 2 hours. Like, that's not for me, and this is coming from someone who plays the game every day. In general, I just hope things change. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it. If you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever a new video goes up. And once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.